Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel, Carolina Crown. Today we're going to be looking at the rear differential for the Crown Victoria. And obviously the last service they put way too much, and of course this is the first time I've touched this one, but they put way too much silicone around here, but you can guarantee yourself that there will not be any leaks. But today I'm going to show you a quick hack that's going to keep you from taking your cover off of your differential here. This way you can service it. Now later on this channel, don't get me wrong, I definitely will do an in-depth tutorial on how to service your rear differential the appropriate way, including removing the differential cover and servicing it inside, cleaning it up with brake parts cleaner, and reapplying the cover back on with silicone sealant, or a gasket if you will. But today we're going to do a quick hack on how to do it without taking off the cover. I'll show you that in just a second. A few select things you're going to need for this job. Obviously, catch can. I recommend getting a breaker bar because sometimes these plugs are on there super tight. Grab you a breaker bar and a 3/8 size ratchet, because this little plug up here is going to be 3/8. If you come back under here, now if you're looking at the vehicle, this is going to be on the driver's side of the vehicle. If you come back up under here, you're going to locate right here. I'm trying to get it where you guys can see. Come to the driver's side, right under this crest here, you're going to find a little plug. And I've already got mine started, so we're just going to take this little plug out. Now this is a magnet, so now would be a good time. Of course, this one's been serviced before, so you're not going to have a lot of metal deposits, but that would be a good time to remove this plug and start cleaning this off from all the metal deposits that were on here. Now, as you can remember from the last video I made with the power steering fluid change, I had this little handy dandy oil pump that I was able to pick up from my local O'Reilly store. So this is another part where this is going to come in super helpful. I think you guys know where this is going to go. We're going to lead that top hose into the top portion of the differential, put the bottom hose into a drain bucket, and we're going to pump all that old oil out of there. And we're going to refill it with new oil. Once you have that top portion fed into the rear portion of the differential, and your bottom tube in your catch can, begin to pump your oil out. Just gonna keep pumping until we get it all out of there. All right, guys, now that we got all that old fluid pumped out of there, leaving our drain plug out, let's go ahead and grab our fluid. Now, if you guys look back at the video I made about the rear differentials pertaining to the CVPI, X-Ray 5, Zebra 5, and Charlie 6 rear axles, please keep in mind that the Charlie 6 and X-Ray 5 rear differentials are track locks. And what that means is it's going to need an additive called friction modifier. I usually go with Motorcraft. Of course, this is not my vehicle. I'm servicing this vehicle for another person, but typically I always go with Motorcraft with all other fluids except for motor oil. That's just a personal preference. It's not nothing that's mandatory, but if you're going to go aftermarket, a different brand, of course, Motorcraft doesn't combine them anyway. You have to buy them separately. But make sure you come down here and see where it says contains limited slip additive. It'll say limited slip additive. It may say contains friction modifier, contains some type of additive in there for limited slip rear differentials. Make sure it says that. Now, if you're driving a Zebra 5 like I am in my daily driver, my black car, you do not need friction modifier. But for all X-Ray 5s and Charlie 6s, make sure you have limited slip additive within the package. And if you don't, make sure to buy some separately in a little 4-ounce container. That should be plenty enough for the vehicle, and put that in there with it when you're pouring in the oil. All right, guys, now that we have our ready squeeze ready, we're going to come back up under here, and we're going to locate that filler hole, as you can see right there, and we're going to stick our nozzle straight in here. And as soon as that's ready, go ahead and begin to squeeze the fluid into the hole. And you're going to know that it's full once it begins to leak out. a lot more than just a little drip every once in a while. And I love these little easy squeeze containers. I wish Ford decided to make these in Motorcraft as well. It would make it so much of an easier job. And yes, it's a comical sound. Sound like somebody's on the toilet after eating Chipotle too many times. So make sure it's all out of there. And the quart capacity on the rear differential is going to be 1.9 quarts. So make sure whenever you go that you pick up an extra quart. And we're going to go grab that now and finish this off. Yeah. And as you can see, we're starting to get a stream. We're going to keep going a little ways here. And I got gear oil dropping all down my arm. Who said it was a clean job, right? All right, you see the steady stream coming out now? So when I'm pouring in there, you're going to start noticing a lot heavier of a stream. That means you're full. So now that you've ensured that it's draining out, take your oil filler cap and place it back on here, just like so. And you can thread it with your fingers at first to get it hand tight, and then we're going to come back in here and torque it down with our breaker bar / 3/8 drive ratchet. All right, guys, let's go back up under here with our 3/8 ratchet here. Get it in the hole appropriately. Okay, and that should be good. Having a torque setting on this is rather unnecessary. 10 foot-pounds if you want to be exactly technical on this. It's not like 30 foot-pounds for your actual differential cover bolts, because those are actually responsible for holding the cover on and holding the fluids in. 30 foot-pounds for these if you're going to go the extra mile, and I will cover that more in depth, like I said, in our next video. But just for the differential drain plug here, not necessary to torque it down. If you wish to, like I said, 10 foot-pounds, we're just going to put it on there hand tight. At this time, you are fully finished with changing out your differential fluid. It was simply that easy, super easy. Anybody could do it. This is the how-to on, basically if you're wanting to cheat the way out, do it the easy way. This is the way to get it done. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.